Hello, everyone. I'm 18 Storm Track meteorologist Austin Haskins. After dealing with some slightly below average temperatures and lower dew points around for the most part the last few days, all of that is going to be changing here over the next couple of days. We are tracking steamy conditions along with above average temperatures and chances for showers and storms around over the next couple of days. So big picture this morning shows low pressure to the north of the Minnesota-Canadian border up to the north here, and then one to the west and a warm front to the south and west. That'll be the focal point for chances for showers and storms in the forecast the next couple of days. And it's going to be bringing an increase in the dew points as well. And in the upper levels, we have an upper level high that is parked to our south, and we are on the northern edge of this. So what that means is we're going to be in what's called a ring of fire pattern. So that means we'll be on, as I mentioned, the northern edge. But if you have any areas of low pressure or any upper level features in the atmosphere that try to track through, that'll bring us those chances for showers and storms. And you can see as we go forward in time, that upper level high eventually will move back to the west, but we're going to continue these shower and storm chances and the high dew points and the heat going forward. But thankfully, the heat levels are going to be, unfortunately, much worse down to our south. It'll stay to our south, I should say. But nonetheless, we're going to still be very warm today with highs in the mid to upper 80s, nearing or if not exceeding 90 in a few spots to the south and west. Tonight, we're only falling back to the 70s. And then tomorrow, looking at highs mostly in the low, if not mid 90s. And those dew points are really going to be high tomorrow. So it's a good chance we're going to see heat alerts be issued. In fact, if you look forward in time, the dew points are going to be hanging out mostly in the low to mid 70s for the next week or so. Might drop a little bit towards the end of the week, at least into the upper 60s, but it is still going to be very, very humid. And if you add in those heat, the temperatures in the 80s and 90s, the heat index today could peak in the mid 90s, but tomorrow is when I'm watching very closely because we could see that heat index as high as 105 to even 110 in some spots. That will very likely mean we will have heat alerts to some extent. Whether that's an advisory or an extreme heat warning does remain to be seen, but we should know that either later this afternoon or early tomorrow morning. And looking ahead, we'll continue to see those dew points staying, as I mentioned, on the higher side. Now, temperatures here are a little bit lower than what I'm forecasting, but the general idea is that the heat index values will likely be in the upper 80s, if not over 90, at least through the start of next week. And on top of all that, we have storm chances, as I mentioned, as we're in this ring of fire pattern. So we'll have a couple of isolated showers and storms possible today during the daylight hours, but we'll be watching shower and storm chances for tonight. Now, the graph model here you're seeing is keeping everything north of Highway 64 through early tomorrow morning before it drifts a little bit more towards the Chippewa River into the late morning hours, and then more storms develop during the late afternoon into the evening hours, and then we'll continue to see some scattered showers and storms even into Thursday as well behind the cold front. Now, the HRRR model is a little bit different in the placement for the activity tonight into tomorrow morning. So we'll quickly go through today, and then you can see by this evening, things are still pretty quiet. And then you can see the development here is south and east of the Chippewa River. So that would be Trempealeau, Clark, Jackson, Taylor counties, even parts of Eau Claire and Chippewa counties as well. And then we'll continue to see some activity then. Could have some showers and storms tomorrow early in the afternoon, and then a better chance potentially as we get into the evening. And this is the one that Matt and I are watching very closely because this is when we could see a good chance for strong to possibly even severe storms if all the ingredients do come together. And in fact, we could even see the strong to severe storms possible with the activity tonight into tomorrow morning. Level 1 and a level 2 risk in place for the areas in yellow. And this goes till 7 a.m. Wednesday. Then after 7 a.m. Wednesday, as you'll see here in a moment, that risk does expand. The level 2 does. But the hazards for today, a very low threat for an isolated tornado. Hail could be up to quarter size or less, but hail I'm not really concerned about. The wind threat is what I'm more concerned about, with a low to medium chance. And in that hatched area, that means we could see a wind gust to 75 miles per hour or higher. And then, as I mentioned, tomorrow, the level 2 risk expands to include nearly all of the WQOW area, with the exception of areas south and east of Galesville and Black River Falls. Once again, hazards tomorrow, an isolated tornado threat. It is very low. There's no defined hail threat from the Storm Prediction Center, but we could see maybe up to dime or nickel size hail, and again, damaging wind gusts as high as 70 to 75 miles per hour. So again, if you are going to be outdoors tonight and tomorrow morning, and also again tomorrow afternoon and evening, be sure to remain weather aware and have ways to get those alerts, but also too, be sure to keep yourself safe with the dangerous heat in the forecast, especially for tomorrow. And also too, could have some heavy rains. So a lot going on here over the next couple of days. We could have rainfall totals on the low end, about a 1/10 to a 1/4 inch, but there could be some spots depending on where the storm's set up and how fast they move. Could see 2.5, 3 inches of rain. Maybe some spots could even be higher than that. We'll have to watch the potential for some flash flooding as well. So just be mindful of that. So here's the extended forecast. Temperatures are not going to drop below average really for the next 7 days. And same with the overnight lows. And we could actually get back towards 90 again for the weekend and early next week, following a slight drop in those temperatures for Thursday and Friday.